This week on 49ers Sac-Hi Sports, the league races are red hot and we have highlights from the big matchups. In baseball, you'll see Davis take on Franklin, Pittman meet Downey, and Granite Bay battle Whitney.
Softball features Ripon and Manteca. Boys volleyball has Natomas taking on West Campus, plus the story of the Lincoln baseball player, back on the field after being diagnosed with cancer just 1 year ago. 49ers Sac-Hi Sports starts right now.
Welcome to 49ers Sac-Hi Sports. I'm Aubrey Tolliver.
And I'm Robert Bronstein. We start tonight in Stockton, where the Lincoln Trojans start off Tri-City League play with a 3-game series against Tracy. Tracy coming into this week undefeated on the season at 8-0.
Game 1 features both teams' go-to guys. Jordan Hall for the Bulldogs comes into the week with a .72 ERA and a 2-0 record. The Trojans' Ray Olivas has a .78 ERA in 19 innings, also 2-0 on the year. Both pitchers dueling it out in Game 1 of the series played in Stockton on Monday.
Tracy area sports coverage is presented by Tracy Toyota off Freeway 205 in Tracy, with you all the way. Game 1 of the 3-game Tri-City League series between Tracy and Lincoln on Monday. It starts off with 2 scoreless frames. David Madrid up for Tracy in the third. He smacks a base hit into left. A sac bunt puts Madrid at second for Daniel Berman, and Daniel comes up clutch. A line drive down the left field line. Madrid scores, and the undefeated Bulldogs string together a few good at-bats to take the 1-0 lead. Starting southpaw Jordan Hall keeping the Trojans off the board through 3 innings. This strikeout gives him 1 out in the top of the 4th, but later in the inning, Caden Tran hits a ball to second, and with a runner on first, it's bobbled and thrown away. Ryan Hunter trying for third. He slides in safely to put runners on the corners for the Trojans. Dom Samford is up next, and he hits a high fly ball to left field. It is deep enough to score Hunter from third, but the throw is offline. Tran advances to second. The ball gets overthrown and goes into center field. Trying to score off the miscue, left fielder Josh Celestine with a perfect throw to Madrid for the final out of the 4th. Tied at 1, bottom 5 now. Diego Davis with a high pop-up into no man's land. The right fielder, Josh Cortines, comes up with a spectacular diving catch. Next batter, Roan Kelly, a tough grounder to short, and Kelly beats the throw at first. That plates Danny Orani, and Kyle Newport. Lincoln holds the 3-1 lead after 5. Tracy, runner on first. The Bulldogs go for a steal. Davis applies the tag at second, and Caleb Hendricks, the catcher, guns down the runner. It remains 3-1 Lincoln. The Trojans bust this game open, scoring 5 in the bottom of the 6th. Braden Abdon with a base hit up the middle, scoring Dom Rivera and Brady Dobson. It is 8-1 Trojans. Meanwhile, Ray Olivas throws 7 innings, allowing just that 1 run. Here's the final out of the game. It's a pop-up to Davis. The Trojans hand Tracy its first loss of the season to go to 1-0 in league play. Olivas gets the win on the mound.
I mean, it's a good start. Hopefully we'll use this as motivation, keep going. We got a great group of guys. They all do their job and we all contribute in our ways. And I can't ask for a better group.
Nick Pecoraro at West Campus on Thursday. The Warriors taking on defending GSL champion Cordova. The Lancers have the leadoff man on in the first, but Warriors catcher Evan Liu says, no, not in my house. West Campus gets out of the inning. Bottom 1, Alfredo Cervantes the 4th, working with 2 men on, and he gets the backwards K to end the first scoreless. West Campus starter Jason Torrey threw an outstanding game on Thursday. Here he is with one of his 9 strikeouts to end the second. And bottom 3 now, Warriors with a runner on third, but Cervantes gets the pop-up as first baseman Landon Gaskill puts it away to get out of trouble. Cervantes leaves after 3 innings with no hits allowed. Cordova has something going in the 4th, but Torrey gets a ground ball. Third baseman Axel Holtz to Curtis Meraki to Luke Steinheimer. A brilliant double play to escape trouble. We've got a ball game here, folks. To the 6th, Warriors still looking for their first hit, and the senior Evan Liu comes through with a knock. A leadoff double pumps some life into the Warriors' veins. Then Axel Holtz, great name. He follows up with a little bloop into right, and West Campus is in business. But Cordova freshman Levi Nyberg leaves the bases loaded to keep it scoreless after 6. Top 7 now. Lancers with the bases packed for Eli Campbell, and Eli gets all of this one. Man, if there were a fence out there, it might have been a grand slam. Campbell will settle for a bases-clearing triple, and it's 3-0 Lancers. Last chance for the Warriors, but Levi Nyberg says, 6 strikeouts in the relief win for the freshman, and Cordova battles to 2-0 in league play.
Gregory, the defending CCAL champs, taking on Enochs Thursday afternoon in a big league game. Gregory with the bases loaded in the bottom of the first. Chloe Hoffman hits a ball the opposite way, one hopping the fence, 2-run score, but the Eagles get the out at the plate, so it's 2-0 Gregory. Top of the second, Kaylin McNeil with a blooper the opposite way, and the speedy infielder slides into second with the double. Next batter is Vivian Hurst, and this is a line drive up the middle. McNeil rounds third and tries for home. She is safe, and the Eagles are on the board. They would go on to tie it up in the third and then take the lead in the fourth on this Jaden Pinniger single to right. Elena Calvo scores. It's 3-2 Enochs. But that's all Enochs would get in the inning as Kylie Huff makes an incredible play in the outfield, and then Jags pitcher Kaylee Estes gets out of the inning with a strikeout, and Enochs hurler Natalie Camarena shuts down the Jags, keeping the defending league champs bats at bay. Then Natalie grabs a clutch hit. She wallops this ball to center field. It short hops the fence. Natalie into second with a double. Little sister Lillian gets to third, eventually scoring on the sac fly. So Eagles with the 4-2 lead heading into the bottom of the seventh. Runner on third, one out. Audrey Pacheco puts it in play. That scores one, but Enochs comes up with a major out as Pinniger backdoors the runner at first for the second out of the inning. Gregory down to its final out. Kylie Huff hits a deep fly ball, and that's a clutch piece of hitting. Can she make it to third? Absolutely. That's a triple, and the tying run is now at third base. Ground ball to short. It kicks off Jordan Bennett. Pinniger picks it up, throws out the runner at first for a good old 6-4-3 put out to end the game and give Enochs the win. The Eagles improve to 2-0 in league play. Pinniger with some clutch hitting and defense.
Ian Olsen here, bringing you Jesuit and Pleasant Grove, coming in tied atop the Delta League. John Downey sparks early Marauder offense, taking a set from Colin Marks and blasting it to the floor. Win-Win responds, sending it to Tin Lee, who crushes the cross-court shot, bringing the Eagles within 3. But Jesuit rallied to claim the first set, including a strong denial by Marks. Lee starts the second set strong for Pleasant Grove, taking Win's set and dumping it over Marauder blockers, 7-5 Eagles. Lee lays out to keep a Marauder hit off the floor, but given another chance, Jesuit executes its outstanding offense, capped by a massive kill by Griffin Hurd. The second set was a close battle between the teams. Win finds Lee, who slams it, tying the set at 16. Lorenzo Kreisel controls the next serve, and Hurd comes the thunder and spiking it to the floor to reclaim the Marauder lead. Lee takes a swing, seeking the sixth tie of the set, but Downey sends it down to win Jesuit the point. Keegan McManus follows by elevating with Downey and continuing the block party. But sophomore Logan Del Mondo makes sure he's included, making a gutsy 1v1 block, keeping the Eagles within a point. Mark sets up Rocky Brazier, who plays it over the Eagle blockers to find the floor and claim the second set for Jesuit. Lee starts the third set for Pleasant Grove with a rejection of his own. But Vince Semin boosts the power game for Jesuit. The Marauders roll late to earn their 21st win and take sole ownership of first place in the Delta League.
Each week this season, Roseville Hyundai brings us the Players of the Week. Our first Player of the Week is Drew Perry from Leroy Green. The Lions improved to 3-0 on the year behind the 9 RBI game from Drew. He hit 2 grand slams, finishing 4 for 4 at the plate.
Oh my, our second Roseville Hyundai Player of the Week is Caden Bullock from Yuba City. Caden knocked in 5 runs in the Honkers Game 2 win over Roseville and ended up finishing 3 for 4 at the plate. The Honkers taking 2 out of 3 in the series against the Tigers. Caden Bullock and Drew Perry, this week's Roseville Hyundai Players of the Week.
SMUD is leading the nation in clean power, so each week SMUD teaches us how we can save energy.
Here is this week's Clean Power City Tip, powered by SMUD.
I'm Isaac Carrillo from Rio Americano High School, and here's this week's Clean Power City tip. Consider replacing meat-based meals with a plant-based option on occasion. Plant-based foods use less water and help reduce carbon emissions. SMUD is leading the nation in clean power. Learn more at cleanpowercity.org.
Coming up, our first SunPower electric game at Sac-Hi Play with Pittman and Downey.
Then Sutter and Colfax in softball. You're watching 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.
Summer's in full swing. Remember, Smud's peak hours are 5 to 8 p.m. weekdays when electricity use is the highest. Shift some of your electricity usage to mid and off-peak hours when it costs less and renewable energy is plentiful. It's good for your bill, protects the environment, and helps our community too. Let's work together to save energy this summer. Learn more at smud.org/time of day.
Commitment, performance, pride. Roseville Hyundai is thrilled to be the feature sponsor of this week's Sac-Hi Players of the Week. We take great pride in recognizing each of your accomplishments as part of our continued effort to support the community. Come see the electrifying new lineup at Roseville Hyundai. From EVs and hybrids to our fuel cell vehicle, Hyundai Nexo. We've got you covered. Claim yours today.
Score that touchdown and run it up again. Score that touchdown and run it up again. SF-Niners, we just win. SF-Niners, we just win. I'm from that field, I'm from that field. 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 I'm from that field.
We are back at the NBC Sports Studio at Levi's Stadium with our first SunPower electric game. Pittman finishing last season as co-champs of the Central California Athletic League. The Pride looking strong again this season, coming into the week with a 5-3 record, 2-0 in league.
Downey finishing in third place last year, 4 games back of the Pride. The Knights dropping 2 games to Turlock to open up league play, so they'll look for a big win and a good start to the 3-game set with Pittman at home in our first SunPower electric game. Here is Brian Mueller.
Electric game.
Robert and Aubrey, it's a matchup of 2 perennial contenders in the Central California Athletic League, Downey and Pittman. The Pride sit atop the standings for now, but that could all change in our SunPower electric game. Pittman has a potent offense with senior Andrew Ballantyne and his 11 RBI in just 9 games. As for Downey, Camden Rush and Nick Rubio lead the team in hits, while Jackson Rowland has been the ace for the Knights.
This is game 1 Monday afternoon of a 3-game series. The Pride with the bases loaded right out of the gate in the first. Aiden Larson pitching for the Knights delivers to Alex Lopez, who hits this high to right deep enough to score Marcus Perez. Pittman would get 2 in the inning. Meanwhile, Pittman ace Brandon Leone was throwing smoke, gets a strikeout here in the bottom half of the inning to keep Downey off the board. Top 4, the Pride with a runner on second and 2 outs. Aiden Garcia rips one to left. That's our defensive football player of the year, Ethan Rowland, out there, and he shows he can play a little defense in baseball as well. Gets the runner at home with a strong throw to the plate to keep it a 2-run deficit. Then in the bottom half of the inning, the Knights have something cooking with the bases loaded and nobody out, but Leone bears down, gets back-to-back strikeouts, then needs one more out, and he gets it with a fly out to left. Clutch pitching from the senior, and it's still 2-0. He would go 5 scoreless. But in the 6th, Downey has them loaded again with no one out, and this time they push in a run. James Rasmussen walks, and Downey now trails 2-1. Then Colin Nilsson hits one to second. Pittman able to turn 2, but the tying run scores, and we have a 2-2 ball game. The go-ahead run still at third, and Camden Rush sees that he scores with a base hit through the right side. Downey has their first lead of the game, 3-2. The Knights looking for more, but check out the effort by Ballantyne, and that ends the inning. So Pittman needs to score top 7. The Pride at the tying run at second. Down to their last strike, though. Dominic DeMonte able to hit this through the infield. Aiden Sanchez comes in with the tying run, and the drama continues. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th. As per usual, Downey has the bases loaded, 1 out. Marcus Perez charges the bouncer. A do-or-die play, and he does it. just gets to force it home for the second out. Then Daniel Mazzone gets the backwards K to continue Pittman's high wire act. We're going to extras. We'll skip ahead top 9. Pride with the go-ahead run at second, 2 outs. Lopez smacks this one into center. Drew Walker hustling home, and Pittman once again has the lead 4-3. But sure enough, Downey keeps doing their thing. Runners at the corners with 1 out. The safety squeeze. Nilsson with a perfect bunt. Noah Cruz slides in with the tying run. That's all Downey would get in the inning. The game would be suspended due to darkness after 9, and that's still where we stand for now.
Ian Olsen here bringing you the softball matchup between Sutter and Colfax. With 1 on in the first inning, Sophia Edwards slices a single into right field, bringing home Mina Zanoni to put Colfax up a run. With the bases loaded in the second inning, Ganaya Ayuayu Garcia drills a pitch into center field, scoring all 3 base runners, arriving safely at third base, and giving Sutter a 3-1 lead. Husky starter Olivia Bauer starts the third inning with one of her 12 strikeouts. Ayuayu Garcia follows at first base by leaping to snatch a hard-hit ball before it reaches the outfield, and right fielder Megan O'Neill continues the defensive display, making a running grab up against the fence for out number 3. Alexa Carino starts the 5th inning for Sutter, driving it into the wall in left field, and slides into second for the double. Madison Skamansky follows by hitting one deep to center field, and with bases loaded, Grace Diaz draws a walk to score Carino for the team's 5th run. Carissa Williams singles in the 6th inning for Sutter. Carino continues the Husky power hitting by lining one off the left field wall, scoring 2 more runs on the way to a 9-1 Sutter win, a doubleheader sweep, and an 8-0 start to the season.
Stanford Medicine brings us great advice for athletes each week.
Here's Dr. Joseph Donnelly with this week's health tip.
A healthy and balanced diet provides many benefits, including increased muscle strength and endurance. But more recently, we are developing an understanding of the importance of sleep and its effect on an athlete. Recent sports medicine studies suggest that a lack of sleep can put the athlete at higher risk for musculoskeletal injury, as well as an increase in the intensity and length of post-concussion symptoms. With schoolwork, sports, friends, and family all requiring time out of the day for a student athlete, it is sleep that is often sacrificed. Having a consistent sleep schedule and even a 30-minute nap during the day will help your athletic performance.
Coming up, Sutter takes on Colfax.
But first, take a look at our Sac Joaquin section softball poll presented by Tracy Toyota.
Excellent and quick service.
Employees are so friendly, they ensure that you get what you need.
Tracy Toyota understands that our reputation of trust makes a difference, and our reviews prove. We're with you all the way. Our customers are so happy with their buying experience, they proudly show it online. We even certify our used cars with an included warranty. During the Ready, Set, Go sales event, lease a new 2023 Toyota Camry for $379 a month. Tracy Toyota, with you all the way.
Right now, my electrical bill is about $10 a month.
This is definitely one of the best investments we did in our house.
All over the country, people are taking control over their electric bills by going solar with SunPower. We offer the most efficient, durable panels on the market, so you can see a return on your investment every month.
I was paying $220 a month. Now I pay about $22 a month.
Right now, 49ers faithful get a $1,000 Visa reward card from SunPower. Go online today.
Drive to deep right field. Isan Diaz has won this game. Johnson near the track, on the track, leaps up, and Bryce Johnson. The right field is looking up. It's marked and it is gone. What a blast from Gonzalez.
Sutter is a newcomer to the section. The Huskies playing well in their brand new league, starting off the year 4-0 in Pioneer Valley League play. Senior Andrew Hansen batting .429, entering the week with 8 RBI and a home run.
Sutter taking on Colfax in a 2-game set this week. The Falcons also enter the week with a 4-0 league record. Jack Erickson already with 10 RBI on the year, paired with a .562 batting average. It's Colfax and Sutter this week.
The Sutter Buttes, the world's smallest mountain range, is our backdrop to this first place showdown between Sutter and Colfax. Top of the first, Colfax has runners on second, but pitcher Jagger Bex gets the swing and the miss. Landon Sable down to Bradley Wickham, and Sutter gets out of it. Bottom of the half of the first, now Colfax turns 2. Dylan Stallings over to Bradley Nave, over to Garrett Lewis, the twin killer. But Sutter rebounds nicely, still in the first, 2 on for Matt McCall, who grounds to short. The throw is off the line. Logan Yakovac does not stop from second, and he slides in without a throw. Huskies lead it 1-0. In the second, Colfax ties the game up, and with the bases loaded, Stallions up, and he hits a slow roller to third. Tough play. Stallions is safe, and both Lewis and Marcus Mader come crossing the plate. 3-1 Falcons. Next batter is Nave, who goes with the pitch, grounds out to first, but gets the job done as Gavin Hooper scores from third, and it's now a 4-1 Colfax lead. Next batter is Gabe Garcia, but the pitch gets away, and from third base, Stallions comes in to score, and the Falcons have built a 5-1 lead, and the ball did not even leave the infield. Bottom 2, Sutter loads them up, but a nice job by Mader of Colfax jamming the hitter and getting the out at home, preventing Sutter from scoring as Jack Erickson steps on the plate. And in the third, Erickson of Colfax gives this baby a deep ride to left. It goes, but Sutter's Matt Lawrence does a great job going all out, making a diving catch and saving a run. We'll slow it down for you one more time. What a catch, what a play by the left fielder. 2 on in the 6th for Colfax, and that's when Dylan Stallion steps up and delivers a solid single to left, and we're going to have a play at the plate. Lorenz's throw from left is not in time as Cody Totoni comes in, barreling in, and scores. That would make it a Colfax win on the road again. The Road Falcons win by 5.
Millions of Americans are diagnosed with cancer each year, not knowing how long or how grueling the fight may be.
One Lincoln baseball player went through that very thing last year. We take a look at what life was like for Luke Allen.
Baseball is back for the Fighting Zebras at Lincoln High School, and second-year head coach Mike Allen is ready to build on what he started last season.
They're here to win. It's fantastic.
Being handed the program last year, Coach Allen had a lot to look forward to.
For me, actually, I was really excited because this was going to be my first year with having Luke back in the dugout.
Luke, Coach Allen's oldest son.
So I was super excited, right? Getting the, being on the varsity team now, but through, I guess, the couple days before tryouts is when we found out. So that was February 2nd.
I was diagnosed February 2nd, 2022. Yeah, I was like right before the season started. Earlier in the year, I started to have like chest pain, and the chest pain like lasted for, I want to say like 2 weeks before I like ended up seeing a doctor. And in that initial visit, they said I had a 92% chance of having lymphoma, which is a type of cancer. Later, they actually came in and said, oh, we're wrong, we just read the scan wrong, and then just sent me back. Maybe 2 months passed, and I started having really bad lower back pain, neck pain, hip pain. And then eventually I almost fainted in the shower, and then we just immediately went back to the hospital, did more tests, and then it came out to be lymphoma.
Non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, one of the most common cancers in the U.S. The cancer formed in Luke's lymph nodes and had already spread to other tissues. Stage 4.
As a kid growing up, getting cancer was I guess one of my worst fears, but I never really thought that it would happen. When they did confirm I had lymphoma, I kind of accepted it and just kind of dealt with it.
The fight began right away. Doctors put a port in Luke's chest used to deliver the chemotherapy medication to a large vein within his chest.
The first time I got it, my body I guess got really, really sick because it was my first time getting it. And I threw up a couple times, I was nauseous, I slept a lot.
Luke says despite the sickness and fatigue, not being able to do what he loved was the worst part.
I mean, for example, I couldn't really play baseball games because I guess didn't have the time for it because of the chemo and like what it was doing to my body. Oh, and eyebrows. Eyebrows are nice to have. I definitely take those for granted.
Luke's junior season was lost, but he was cleared and ready to go by the start of this year for his senior season, less than a year after his diagnosis. That was because it took just 3 rounds of chemotherapy for the cancer to vanish.
You know, big sigh of relief, right?
Actually, on the scan, they said like where like the cancer was. It was like from like my mid thighs to like my neck. It was like really weird. And then like all of like the stuff that was like lighting up was like all like just I guess not lit up, which was good.
You know, we went into the treatment thinking he was also going to have to do radiation because of the location of the cancer through his bones and through his spine. And so that was great. It was great news.
Luke hit the gym, the cages, and was back playing by the preseason.
First at bat, we're playing Del Oro. We come around the 5th inning, I guess. We were down 1-0. First guy walks. They hang Luke a curveball, and he bounced it off of our batting cage, probably 370 feet.
Yeah, let's go, baby!
And seeing that, right, like, I mean, who does that? Comes back, you know, first game playing, he comes back and hits home run. Crazy.
It just made me smile inside, like, and seeing all the guys just cheer him on and just being there for him. It's just like, you know, we have this sign family, and we always say family after every team break. But then, you know, it meant something when you're there and seeing that and feeling that. I mean, I guess it's why I do this, right? Being out here with the kids and being part of something.
So I mean, it does mean a lot. Come back and play.
Luke has some big goals for this season.
Hopefully get far in playoffs, have a lot of extra base hits, bat above 350, possibly beat the home run record.
All of them just within his reach, because the journey always begins with the will, and Luke's will to fight, to survive, and to succeed is already tried and true.
Luke says he had so many friends, family, and people from the community there to support him, and he's so happy to have his hair back. He's got those nice long locks, although before treatment, he was blonde with straight hair, and now it's darker with curly hair. Very interesting.
Amazing how that happens.
I know.
Good for him. Coming up, the mattress firm Perfect Match, Whitney takes on Granite Bay.
Then we head south for Ripon and Manteca softball. But first, take a look at this week's Spirit Corner featuring the Natomas Cheer Squad.
Trevor was born a champion. He knows how to make lemonade from lemons. He also knows that comfort is all year round. So sometimes, when you can't make lemonade, you make hot chocolate. Today, Trevor is proud to be a service champion. We're now offering a $58 2-for-1 special. You'll get a comprehensive AC tune-up and a free furnace safety inspection. High five service, champion attitude. Call 800-5-CHAMPS.
Sac-Hi Sports is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By Stanford Medicine, #1 in Northern California for orthopedics, and by SunPower, a proud sponsor of the San Francisco 49ers.
Once again, we have two of the top teams in the Sac Joaquin section squaring off in our Mattress Firm Perfect Match. Granite Bay, with an arduous preseason, taking on nearly all of our top 10 teams. The battle continues into league as the Grizzlies face Whitney to open up SFL play.
Whitney taking the first game of the 3-game series behind a gem from Santa Clara-bound pitcher Jace Gilmore. Granite Bay's Timmy Reed is hot of late, getting 3 big hits in Game 1. The series continues in this week's Mattress Firm Perfect Match.
Whitney and Granite Bay in Game 3 of the 3-game set. The Wildcats going for the sweep. Granite Bay's Chase Bentley gets himself aboard early in the first, a barreling base hit to left, but starting pitcher Luke Euler gets out of the inning unscathed as he strikes out the batter for the 3rd out. So here comes Whitney, bottom 1. Erickson comes up with a runner on second and grounds one up the middle. That puts Jackson Jimenez on 3rd. Wild pitch, and Jax comes barreling in. He is safe at home, and Whitney is on the board. Cats aren't done yet. Up next is Adam Vanderkemp. Adam puts it in play. Tough play for the second baseman to make, but Adam beats out the throw, scoring Tyler Allen. The Cats put 4 on the board in the first. So Granite Bay has some work to do. Ben Kriesenbeck hits a liner to left to put runners on first and second, but those runners would be stranded, so still 4-0 Whitney. Bottom 2, Jimenez lays down the perfect bunt, and with third base playing back, he makes it easily to first. That's Jax's second hit of the game. Then it's Luke Allen looking for his second hit, and he's going to get a little bit more than just that. This ball is crushed to center. Jimenez scores Allen into second with the double. Runners on first and third now. The Cats put on the steal. Jonathan Vavac is safe at second. Allen goes racing home. He is also safe. 6-0 Whitney after the inning. The Cats' bats are not done. Luke Euler helps himself out. This ball is lined down the right field line low, as his team calls him. Drives in Jonathan Wall. Another steal sign is put on, but this time catcher Ben Kriesenbeck guns him down. Jimmy Radler applying the tag, but Whitney adds a couple more in the bottom of the 6th. Allen grounds a ball to short. Jacob Garcia makes a good play, but Allen beats the throw, so in comes Gavin McLendon. Meanwhile, on the mound, Euler goes the distance, giving up just 4 hits. The final out of the game is a fly out to McLendon. Luke with the complete game shutout to complete the sweep of Granite Bay. Here is Lowe.
Good to get a sweep. We lost 2-1 to them last year, so it's good to sweep them, you know. That's kind of like our rival other than Rockland, so we're a special group of guys. And we just have fun playing baseball, you know. This is an everyday type thing.
Hey, on homie. Out to Manteca, where Mims Karatachea Ripon was warming up before the game. This game was rained out already twice. 3rd time's gotta be a charm. Top of the first, we got some action with Peyton Naranjo on 3rd for the Indians. Elena Hernandez hits a high, deep ball to left center. It's just out of the reach of the defenders. Naranjo scores 1-0 Ripon. Still top of the first, 2 outs, runners on the corners, and the ball back to the pitcher works. Manteca's Yanelis Torres chases down the runner and ends the inning. Buffalo's down 1. 1 on, top of the 3rd now for Hernandez, who steps up and delivers this shot to center field over the wall. That's pieced, and the Indians lead it 3-0. Still 3-0 the 5th now. Hernandez leads off with a triple, and that's for Kate Rhodes. Follows the bat with a shot to the deepest part of the yard. It's going to be inside the Parker, just like that. 5 runs for the Indians. Bottom half of the 5th, Manteca gets runners on for Ellen James, who singles to right. Jessica Almeida motors all the way around and score, and that's a 4-run game now. Now in the 6th, Ripon adds to the lead with another homer. It's that back alley right field damage. Mims Karatachea, down the line it goes. No one's going to get it. Mims, as she motors all the way through the finish line. That would do it. Mims and Elena were very impressive in the win for Ripon.
Service Champions Heating and Air Conditioning is shining a spotlight on athletes who excel in their sport and give back to their schools.
In this week's Service Champions Student Spotlight, we feature Benny Jomo from Lincoln. Off the basketball court, Benny is in student government, is a Zebra Link leader to help incoming freshmen acclimate to high school, and is a leader in his school's Breaking Down the Walls program, where students and staff get to connect and share their stories to make Lincoln a more inclusive place. Benny Jomo, this week's Service Champions Student Spotlight.
Coming up, more Tri-City League action with Lodi and St. Mary's.
Then it's Bella Vista and Rio Americano in girls lacrosse. You are watching 49ers Sac-Hi Sports. St. Mary's and Lodi playing in a nail-biter in Game 1 of the 3-game series to open up Tri-City League play. Lodi's Andrew Wright pitched a one-hitter with 10 strikeouts in that game, giving up just one unearned run.
Yeah, but St. Mary's ultimately walked away with the win as sophomore Tanner Grove threw a 2-hit shutout for the Rams on Monday to take the lead in the series.
Robert, let me put the rest of the series in focus for you. Lodi took Game 2 Thursday, so Friday night was the rubber match at Tony Zuppo Field. Mike Cadens was on his game, strikes out the side in the second. It's scoreless after 2, but Vance Haskins able to match him frame for frame. Here's one of his 7 Ks to end the St. Mary's third. But in the bottom half of the inning, Braden Stout finds some space in left center. Nick Lombardi comes around to score, and Lodi has the lead. Same score, bottom 5. The Flames looking to add to that lead with second and third, one out. It's a slow roller to short. Brady Ericard comes up firing. A nice pick by Tyson Reese, and they get the out at the plate, and the Rams would eventually get out of the inning unscathed. Top 6 now. Cadence doing a little bit of everything for the Rams, delivers with a base hit to right. Roland Reyes in to score, and we're all tied up at 1. Same score, bottom 7. Lodi has them loaded with one out. Andrew Wright pinch hitting, and this ball is hit deep. Caught or not, that's the ball game. It drops for a walk-off win for the Flames, 2-1, and they take the 3-game set, every game decided by 1 run.
It was a wet and uncomfortable day for the Cross. The players loved it, the parents and fans not so much. Opening minute of play, Rio Americano's Ella Jones finds Ella Delaria inside the offensive scoring zone, and she scores the first goal of the game. Then Rio adds to the lead as Busy Lynch faking the defense out, and she's going to take it to the net. Bounce shoots it in. Hard to stop that shot. Bella Vista gets on the board on this penalty shot as Reagan Silvers attacks the net and scores it for the Broncos. BV ties the game up at 2 as Kylie Burin scores another penalty shot for the Broncos. And then Rio Americano builds back a 2-goal lead here as Lauren Reber scores on the penalty shot for the Raiders. Rio took a 6-3 halftime lead into the 10th, but the second half, Bella Vista's Reagan Silvers was determined to change that, scoring not 1, not 2, but 3 consecutive goals, all within a minute, and Silvers was gassed. Coach calls timeout so she can catch her breath, and we're all tied up at 6. But that might have been a mistake. It looks like the timeout gave Rio a moment to regroup. Clara Swanson scores on the assist by Jones. Raiders lead at 8-6. Then it's Dalaria inside the scoring zone, and she makes it 9-6 Raiders. Here's Clara on a breakaway. She cannot be stopped. One of her 4 goals for Swanson there. Then Ella Jones gets into the scoring group as well. She nets this goal pretty far away from the net. And the Rio puts 8 consecutive goals in before Bella Vista could get one more. And that came from Paige Hackman's goal here. It's now a 14-7 game, but the Raiders are in control. One last goal for good measure was from Rebar on another penalty shot, but have no fear, she gets the job done. And the Raiders win it, a wet and soggy one. 16-7 is the final for the Raiders.
Garrison reporting here where West Campus boys volleyball hosts Natomas High School. Let's get started with Nicholas Yang setting up Ian Cortez for a point that drops a defender. But the Nighthawks respond with Zayd Guerrero sending it to Marion Moreland, who brings down the hammer. However, it's 9-5 Warriors lead. Then again, it's the Yang to Cortez connection, and what a beautiful fake in the play. Next, it's Yang line up to Tamatoa Vatuela for the kill. West Campus takes set 1, 25-17. Set 2 now is Moreland to Guerrero, back to Moreland, and boom! Great give-and-go action by Natomas. Then it's Marut Badwal with a monster block at the net. 19-13 Warriors lead. More Warriors. This time is Yang sent to Derek Chan, who taps that ball over the net for an easy point. West Campus takes set 2, 25-18. Set 3 now is Yang to Cortez, and that's been a lethal combo all game long. 9-5 Warriors lead, but it's Davion Ham with a rejection, and Natomas not giving up. However, Cortez goes on a hot streak and strings together consecutive aces to put this game out of reach. Finally, it's Caden Liu digging it. Fu Chung Guire sets it, and Jude Cruz puts the dagger in this set. Warriors take set 3, 25-16. West Campus takes the match 3-0 and remain undefeated in league play. Cortez leads the Warriors with 12 kills.
Each week we showcase a top recruit from the Sac-Joaquin section.
This week's top recruit is Austin Nye from Wood Creek. Austin won a gold medal for USA Baseball's 18U team. He is one of the best in the country, committing to play his college career at Vanderbilt.
Coming up, our second SunPower Electric game, Davis and Franklin with the Delta League lead on the line.
Then it's Vista del Lago hosting Rio Americano in softball. You're watching 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.
Every day, the sun comes up. And right on cue, the work begins. We start every morning, knowing full well we're in it for the long haul. Our work is a labor of love. No task too small, no moment uncherished. And although we're not often thanked, we rest knowing that our work is making a brighter future. This is more than milk.
Tim never leaves his wife's side. But since junk sleep gave him a crick in his neck,
who's there?
He can't turn his head to see her. Now he's convinced she's left him.
Michelle?
Only our Love Your Mattress guarantee gets you the lowest price and 120 nights to sleep on it.
You came back.
Unjunk your sleep at Mattress Firm.
3 teams from the Delta League with sweeps in the first week of league play. Elk Grove, Franklin, and Davis. Davis and Franklin battling this week.
Game 1 of the series is our second SunPower Electric game tonight. Our Nick Pecoraro was there.
Electric game.
Nick Pecoraro here in Elk Grove. You know, our top 10 baseball rankings are top heavy with Delta League teams. 4 of our top 5 entering this week reside in this league, and we've got 2 of them here today entering at 6-0 for our SunPower Electric game. Franklin enters at 10-1 with a deep roster anchored by Mississippi State commit Nolan Stevens. Shortstop Derek Pham and center fielder Jordy Lopez, among others, bolster the lineup as well. Davis, meanwhile, is threatening to win its first league title since 2012. The upstart Blue Devils are led by John Churchward and Christian Reyes, both hitting over .450, while Brian Chin takes the mound at 2-1 with a .78 ERA. Davis and Franklin among 3 teams at 6-0 in the Delta League entering Monday. Senior Dominic Giusti working the mound duties for the Wildcats. He gets a 1-2-3 inning in the first, but top 2, a runner on second for Davis. But Giusti looking quite juicy with this pitch to get out of the jam. Bottom 2, freshman Jason Harris leads off with an opposite field single. That gets a mini rally going for the Wildcats. He would steal second and then take third on the overthrow, and that allows Giusti to help himself at the plate. A sac fly brings Harris home, and it's 1-0 Wildcats. Same inning. Franklin with runners on the corners, but the Blue Devils lefty Brian Chin gets the punch out to avoid further damage. In the home half of the third, Dylan Minity goes the other way to get another Franklin rally going. The runners move up a base on a ground out. Again, that's significant because this pitch gets away from the catcher and Derek Pham takes advantage, and it's 2-0 Cats. Minity moves to third on the play, and then a high chopper from Noah Mukes. Tough play, the throw is on time, but the umpire says no. The first baseman came off the bag. What would have been out number 3 results in run number 3 for Franklin. Top 4 now. Shortstop Derek Pham comes all the way over, spins and fires. Man, those dance lessons are really starting to pay off. Nice play, Derek. Franklin threatening again in the 5th. Runners on second and third. Another ball in the dirt, but this time Brian Chin is all over it to make the play at home. Chin battled all game, 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned, and 5 Ks, but it was Dom Giusti who does just one better, a 3-hit shutout on 74 pitches to move Franklin to 7-0 in the Delta. Dom, what was working for you on Monday?
2-seam, changeup, slider, everything was working well. Shout out to my catcher, Jaden Ramos, called a great game. I try to be the most confident player on the field. No one's better, just try to go out there and beat me.
From our SunPower Electric game, Nick Pecoraro, 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.
Brian Mueller saying hello from Folsom Thursday afternoon for some Capital Athletic League action between Rio Americano and Vista del Lago. Scoreless bottom 1, Vista with a runner on first. Iris Garverick snags this liner and steps on first for the double play. It's that easy. Olivia Manchester has been dominant in the circle all year, and Thursday was no different. Gets the strikeout here to end the Rio half of the second. Bottom three now, Vista has second and third, one out. Charlize Kai comes through with a blast to right center that easily brings in both runners, and Kai ends up on third. Next batter is Morgan Sweet, and she gets just enough of this to put it through the infield. Kai scores, and it's 3-0. Manchester followed with a shutdown inning in the fourth to keep it that score. She also got some help from her defense. Riley Dawsey has to charge this slow roller down the line, comes up throwing and gets the out at first. Put that play by Dawsey in the dossier for good defense, but we have some high drama at the very end. The Raiders have the bases loaded down to their final out. Garverick comes up clutch with a liner to left. That scores one, so it's 3-1. But next batter, Manchester shuts the door. Her 12th strikeout of the game ends it, and Vista moves to 3-0 in league with a 3-1 win.
Each week we present the Scholar Athlete Award.
This week's Scholar Athlete Award goes to Bryn Escobar from Ponderosa. The Bruins junior infielder sports an incredible 4.25 GPA.
Coming up, we head back to Modesto for Turlock and Enochs.
Then it's West Park and Oakmont. 49ers Sac-Hi sports. We'll be right back.
Turlock taking home a share of the Sac-Hi title last season. The Bulldogs taking on Enochs in a 3-game series this week, splitting the first 2 games. Bulldog junior Tyler Castro batting .323.
Enoch senior Vincent Gates enters the week batting .414. Turlock taking game 1 of the series. Enochs taking game 2. Game 3 played at the Modesto Nuts ballpark on Friday afternoon.
Reggie Jackson, Ricky Henderson, and Julio Rodriguez used to play at John Thurman Field. Turlock and Enochs got their chance Friday afternoon. Top 1, Enochs Vincent Gates finds an opening to drive in the Eagles' first run. Gates came home later on a ground out to make it 2-0 Eagles after 1. Top 2 now, Caden Reeve with a runner on. That finds its way to the outfield grass, and it's 3-0 Eagles after 2. But Turlock starter Peyton Hawkinson settled down. He punched out 11 with no walks on Friday. Bottom 3, Turlock's got the bases juiced, but junior Cannon Sharp was true to his name. One of his 10 Ks gets Enochs out of the jam. Top 5, Ryan Silva shoots it out to the gap. He winds up on third with a 2-out triple, and the next batter, Vincent Gates, skies a deep drive into the left field corner. Vinny was 3 for 4 with 2 ribbies, and it's 4-0 Eagles. You know, Nolan Arenado also used to play for the Modesto Nuts, and Enoch's third baseman Michael Catanesi with a very Arenado-esque double play to end the 5th. Bottom 7 now, Sharp looking for the shutout, but Turlock's Josh Ramirez hits a gapper that plates 2, and the shutout is no more. Carson Gonzalez keeps the line moving with a blooper, and it's 4-3. Bulldogs have the tying run on base, but Cannon Sharp finishes the job. He goes the distance for Enochs, who says, "Don't forget about us in the Sac-Hi race."
Man, we fight to the end, man. Every single game, even though it looks like we might get beat up sometimes, we fight. We're in it. Our head's in it all the time, every game.
Out to Roseville, where Oakmont hosted West Park in a Foothill Valley League opener. Defense was the name of the game in this one. Bottom of the first, West Park's Tyler Hutchinson gets Adam Reyes to hit a hard ground ball to Christopher Fisher, who makes the tough play. No score, bottom of the 4th now. Oakmont 2 on, 1 out, and a ground ball to third right at Aiden Dome, who steps on third and on to first for the double play. We're still tied, no score. In the 5th, after E.J. Peck walks, Oakmont's Bo Ogles handles a hot shot to third. He knocks it down, stays with it, and throws a strike in time to Tony Lira at first. Bottom of the 5th, Hutchinson is cruising for West Park, keeping the Viking hitters off balance most of the afternoon, but Hutch runs into some trouble here. It's Casey Tibbetts on third for Oakmont. Reyes smokes one down the first base line, but it's gobbled up by Andrews Curtin, who tosses it over to Hutchinson for the out. Top of the 7th, Dome for West Park is on third. Pickoff attempt goes awry, and the throw goes down the line. Aiden trots in to score, and that's the first run of the ball game. 3 pitches later, Aiden Dringenberg gets the strikeout to end the inning, so Oakmont's chasing one going into their last ups. But that 1 run is all the Panthers would need and get. Hutchinson does the rest, getting the whiff to end the ball game. West Park takes game 1 of the series over Oakmont.
Obviously, we played a really good team, but, it felt good to come out here, start the league 1-0. Honestly, probably after the first inning, got a couple Ks. It wasn't much offense in this game, but both sides pitched very well, and we were fortunate to come out on top.
A pretty sight Tuesday night for the lacrosse teams of Granite Bay and Del Oro. Let's get to it. Natalie McGuckin picks up a ground ball before passing to Sophia Golden in stride. Sophia scores the first goal of the game. But Del Oro is quick to respond. Jackie Oversteg with a precise pass to Lauren Snay, and this game is all tied up at 1. Just a minute later, GB up 2-1. Hadley Geck flies to her right. A good save there by Lillian McDaniel as Granite Bay extends its lead later on. McGuckin to Yasmin Johnson to Peyton Ledger, and you can count it. That gives the Grizzlies the 6-2 lead. Grizzlies now up 9-2, looking for one more goal before the half. Sienna Dawson charges, draws the defense. She passes to Tori Polland. Tori eventually converting, and it is 10-2 Granite Bay at the break. Watch this nice assist from Mia Russello, leading Johnson to the net. Yasmin with the overhead shot as Granite Bay extends its lead. Del Oro scores twice in the second half. Molly Bruce comes driving from the far side. She sneaks one past the keeper. The Golden Eagles very happy for Molly, but Granite Bay takes home the victory. This is Johnson's 4th goal, leading the game as the Grizzlies improve to 6-2 on the year. Johnson with 4 goals, McGuckin with 3, Ledger 2.
Remember, you can buy all of the game footage we shoot throughout the week. Go to 49ers Sac-Hi-Sports.com to order entire game videos.
Follow us on social media for more prep sports content. 49ers.Sac-Hi is our handle on Instagram and Twitter. Also, subscribe to our YouTube site where you can find all of the highlights aired on our show.
Coming up, we will choose the Sacramento River Cats Play of the Week. This could be the play of the week, maybe not.
But first, take a look at our Sac Joaquin Section Top 10 Baseball Poll presented by Tracy Toyota.
It is now time to announce the Sacramento River Cats Play of the Week. The River Cats will also be hosting our end of the season awards ceremony for all of our Players of the Year at Sutter Health Park on May 28th.
We'll list off a few contenders and then announce the winner of the Sacramento River Cats Play of the Week.
Play of the Week.
We start off with Matt Lawrence from Sutter. A nice play there from the outfielder. Heading to the infield, Franklin's Derek Pham rolling to his left. The spin and then the perfect throw. He gets extra points here for these dance moves. Then it's our guy Ethan Rowland. Base hit to left. Ethan with a strong throw and he guns out the runner at home. Ethan, holster that thing. Then we head to Stockton. Josh Cortinez travels a long way for this one, but this is the play of the week. Andrew Ballantyne doesn't get much time to react to this, and he gets the diving catch to end the inning. Watch it one more time in slow motion. Oh yeah, Andrew Ballantyne, you win the play of the week.
That is the Sacramento River Cats Play of the Week, and that is 49ers Sac-Hi Sports for this week. Thanks for watching. I'm Aubrey Tolliver.
And I'm Robert Braunstein. Be sure to join us next week where we will have action from the prestigious Boris Baseball Classic. We'll see you then.